What's up, trading card game fans? Welcome to episode 96 of the Special Conditions podcast, where our love for Pokemon and collecting collide. Special Conditions is part of the Pokemon Professor Network, and today is November 3rd, 2021. I'm one of your hosts, Adam Tuttle, and I'm joined by my co-host, Ken Pescatore. Ken, what's going on?
What's up, Adam? How are you, man?
I'm doing fabulous. There is a ton to talk about today.
There's a lot. It's been a minute, so there's plenty to catch up on.
It's been a hot minute.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Like, overwhelming amount of information. I'm looking at the notes here, and wow, there's a lot.
Wowee. Before we get started, I did play a physical game against Just Will.
Was that amazing or what?
Yes, it felt fabulous. So those of you that don't know, I went to Philadelphia. Well, we both did. We both went to Philadelphia Safari Zone, and we stayed in an Airbnb with some patrons. And it felt
some patrons?
Some patrons. And
it makes them sound like an alien or something.
Yeah. Bleep bloop.
We welcome patrons.
Welcome to the Airbnb. We hope you enjoy your stay. So, tons of cards are flying around. You know, I couldn't wait to hand out some Magikarps to Magikarp Diem. I couldn't wait to hand out some Arcanines that I've been holding on to Justin for so long, or Just Will, from the Discord. So, and then we were all just brought our cards and we were all trading, and like, it was just a great time. Justin made these awesome 3D printed card holders for graded cards. So I have a whole ton of Delibirds that are just chilling out, looking fabulous because they're displayed properly.
There was cards literally in every sector of that Airbnb. Like, the Airbnb was big, and
the only place they weren't was the rooftop.
Perhaps, yes, that might have been the only area, because like, you walk in and the coffee table covered in cards, the TV stand covered in cards, the dining room table covered in cards, the kitchen island covered in cards. Like, there was product everywhere. Like, it was really funny. Like, it was almost like we were there for a TCG event and not a Pokemon Go event, but it was pretty wild, man. It was really cool.
Yeah, it was a blast.
There was just, the cards were everywhere. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we ended up opening a ton of celebrations. That was exceptionally awesome. You pulled,
dude. I did really good.
Yeah, I did really good. Ken?
Well, in the last episode, I talked that I hadn't opened any celebrations, and I was kind of like holding on to everything to open it all at once.
He had an Elite Trainer box, a Zacian box, and a Pikachu V Union box, and they just sat there all day long. And I was like, "When are you going to open these?"
And I actually have the Pikachu Gigantamax Pikachu figure collection right next to me as well. So I have some more. But dude, I pulled of the actual celebrations set. I pulled 24 of 25, just the Mew I was missing. And from the main set, I pulled the Charizard. So very happy about that.
I still don't have that. That's like the one that I'm missing. I'm missing that.
It was good.
A few others, like Mew EX, I'm missing. There's a few others. I'm still missing Tapu Lele, and I'm missing Rayquaza, Mega Rayquaza as well, I believe.
Yeah, no, I mean, there was definitely from the reprint set, there was plenty that I was missing, but if there was anything that I wanted to pull from that set, it was the Charizard. So, very excited about that. It was, I think Justin said that, like, I don't know how many packs he's opened and didn't pull it or something like that. It was just like...
Well, same. I've opened, I think, probably like 4 or 5 ETBs alone. And I have yet to see a Charizard.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. No, I was super excited. And, if there was one to pull, that was the one I wanted. So it was fire.
And then I remember I brought my whole little setup so I could make packs of cards, because we gave some out to other content creators. So shout out to anybody that got one. I brought my my podcast booster packs. They're kind of like business cards. They feel really good to hand out. Because
they really were.
They're just exciting.
They put a smile on everyone's face. No, shout out to Gabby Snyder and Rosemary Kelly from Pokemon. They had a ton of fun opening up the packs. They were super cool. We were able to chill with them and play some Pokemon Go, and they were very, very excited because and like we gave the packs out and they were like doing trades on the spot. It was really cool because I think Gabby said she was like super into Metagross and someone had a Metagross GX in one of the packs, so they were doing trades on the spot. There was Eevees getting traded, Metagross getting traded. It was really neat to see, and shout out to them. It was really really fun to see people posting on social media, them opening the packs. Master Ball put up something, and it was just a lot of fun. It was cool seeing everyone enjoy them. Yeah, it was fun, man. That it really was like a business card, so it worked out. Well,
shout out
really
to
well.
The Ball guy. He had the same idea, just it was with a little a little plastic.
Check out our Instagram to see a picture of Adam posing with the ball guy. He had like a clear backpack filled with little tiny plastic Pokeballs that had little like tchotchke Pokemon vinyls.
The really
inside.
well painted Pokemon minifigures.
Yeah, literally just dipped in paint and thrown into a container.
All right,
it was really good. But what do we got going on today?
On today's show, we're going to talk about Umbreon V Max because that's the card of the week. Our TN Comics opening of the week. I'm going to open Darkness Ablaze.
Yo, I've got Darkness Ablaze as well.
Let's do it. And then Swablu, as mentioned in our last episode, is the art of the week this week. And then we're going to wrap things up with a conversation about Fusion Strike release date, IRL events coming back, Brilliant Star mechanic, all this stuff. So
there's a lot going on in that last sentence there. There's a lot. There's
all right. Well, let's just start.
To unpack.
We've got Umbreon V Max.
If you don't like the alt art on this one, you're out of your mind. You usually don't like the alt arts, dude. These cards look good.
I do like it. It's Umbreon is literally sitting at the top of a staircase and just kind of like in the moonlight, because that's what it does.
That's on the V, on the regular V.
Yes, on the V, and it's like, let's go. I'm commanding all these other Pokemon, and it looks like I can see a Pinsir and a Grimmsnarl is what it is, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's Grimmsnarl.
But honestly, the full art on this is super pretty. It's the color scheme. Yes, the V. The V full art this color scheme is amazing. It's
like a bull. It almost looks like a tattoo. Right?
Yes.
Like it's like very bold. There's a white outline around the whole thing and like almost like a tie-dye background. Yeah, that looks pretty sweet.
So you have to start with Umbreon V to get to Umbreon V Max. So we'll go over the V real quick. 200 hit points, Stark type for 1 Darkness Energy, Mean Look. During your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon can't retreat. Does 30 damage. That doesn't sound like it's really good, but in some cases, you can win the match because your opponent's out of switch cards, and if they can't retreat, you can set yourself up for next turn to be able to knock them out.
Well, so, especially with so many, there's a lot of decks that are like contingent on the ability of moving cards from the bench to the active. So if you take that away, you can really, throw a wrench.
Like I know personally in my Rayquaza VMAX deck, I play three air balloons. So if you stop me from retreating, that's puts a big halt in my step.
Yep.
For 1 darkness and 2 colorless, it has Moonlight Blade. It does 80 damage. If this Pokemon has any damage counters on it, this Pokemon does 80 more damage. So 160 contingent on if it has damage counters, which we'll get into in a second, because it is a single strike Pokemon. So it is attainable fairly easily.
Sure.
And also getting 3 energies on it is fairly reasonable as well. Because, again, it's a single strike. So you can utilize Houndour and Houndoom to search your deck for a single strike energy, attach it, take 2 damage counters because you did that, and all of a sudden you're doing 180.
160, yeah.
Well, 180 because you got the single strike energy.
Oh, plus 20.
Adds 80, the 20 damage.
80, 20, yep.
But 18 is not the number. Because, even this Umbreon V, 200. a lot of the Vs, 210.
I was going to
So
say
210
200
is
plus.
really the number you're looking for on a consistent damage output, because 18, it just doesn't cut it anymore. It's sad to say, but
The power creep is real.
Yeah. All right, and then that brings us to the Umbreon V Max. There is a normal art, there's a rainbow art, and then there's a gorgeous full art. Full art, it looks like Umbreon's King Kong style, trying to touch the moon on the top of a castle.
You see, like, what I think is weird about this one is Pokemon is usually really, really particular about the proportions of Pokemon. They don't like the ability to show a Pokemon that looks too small or looks too big. So this one's very, like, they have, like, I guess they gave him a lot of artistic freedom here to allow this Umbreon to look like it's, you know, like you said, King Kong size, like the top of a spire.
Well, maybe
like
the counter argument is it's just really close up. And is that
no? It's wrapped around. Its tail is
That's
literally
what I'm
wrapped
saying.
around.
But,
Like,
like,
look,
this
those
could be
those
just
are
like a
windows.
little light.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it
a
is a
toy.
window.
It's a toy.
But yeah.
It's a toy castle.
So Umbreon VMAX is, again, single strike. It's at 310 hit points, darkness type. For 1 darkness and 2 colors, max darkness does 160. Again, not the number you want, but hitting twice for that is a 320 damage, right? 6 and 6 is 12. Yeah, so 320 damage. So that pretty much knocks out anything.
Well, and at 310 damage, or 310 hit points, you could probably make this thing last 2 rounds, no problem.
Yeah, and with the single strike energy, you're going to hit for 340, 360, so it's attainable. But with the real star of this, no pun intended, is Dark Signal. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with their active Pokemon. What does that sound like, Ken?
Yeah, that's pretty efficient.
Does that sound like a boss's orders?
That's exactly boss's orders.
So what you lose in like consistency by taking out boss's orders, you could play more of these and then have boss's orders just like in hand
built
as
in,
a Pokemon
yeah,
search.
built in. Nice.
And searching for Pokemon's a lot easier. So you could use Evolutionary Incense, and just go grab this, and then that's your Pokemon or boss's orders. So like,
well, and also it's gonna free up your use of a supporter.
Correct. So you can play
nice.
Professor's Research, draw a bunch of cards. You can use Bruno because it's a single strike, and it's a single strike supporter, which is super cool. But we have seen this before. It's if you've opened any celebrations, you might have revisited it. It is a Luxray GL level X. Bright look. Once during your turn, when you put Luxray GX or level X from your hand onto your active Luxray GL, you may switch the defending Pokemon with one of your opponent's bench Pokemon.
The old switcheroo.
So it's the same thing, only level X's back then you had to be in the active in order to use. So this is nice that it could be in the bench. But this was insane because they had Poketurn, which allowed you to just super scoop up your entire Luxray. Like you could play the ability, scoop it up, and then bring something else out, and then drop the base Luxray again, and then have the Luxray level X like boss's order again for like the following turn, unless they use some sort of hand disruption.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But I mean, looking at the Umbreon though, this is like I can see why this could be a very usable and practical card because it's a very flexible card. You know what I mean? Like it serves a greater purpose than just putting out damage output, which is cool.
Yeah, and so I have here a Stéphane Ivanoff, his deck list here. He went 13-2 at Celio Stats. Number 2, the $1,000 prize pool.
Dude, 13-2 is ridiculous. By the way, can we just say that?
Yes, that's insane. That's 15 matches and you had the ability to withstand that. Like I understand we were doing stuff from home now, and it's like, but still, like that's a lot of mental energy to use. But the list is pretty straightforward. It's really simple, but very efficient. It's got a 4/4 Houndoom, 4 Urshifu V, 2 single strike Urshifu V Max. So it's doing a ton of damage, whether you're fighting or going after the Dark Umbreon. But it's only 3/2 Umbreon for the V Max, and then 1 Crobat V. And then you've got essentially a ton of consistency. You've got 4 Research, 4 Marnie, 2 Boss's Orders, 4 Evolution Incense, 4 Quick Ball, 4 Urn of Vitality, which will shuffle the single strike energies back into your deck, 1 Switch, 2 Air Balloons, 1 Tool Jammer, 4 Tower of Darkness, which is the single strike stadium that once during your turn you can draw 2 cards. In order to use this effect, that player must discard a single strike card from their hand. So you can have cards that you just want to get rid of and just continuously draw cards.
So like in this list is, because this is only running a 3/2 Umbreon V to V Max, are these benched most of the time and you're doing your damage output with the Urshifu and the Houndour?
Correct.
Or Houndoom? Interesting.
Well, the Houndoom isn't necessarily doing the damage.
That's what you're using to get the
same as like
energy.
a Malamar, where you're trying to get the energies. Or same thing with Dynamotor for Mareep or Flappy. Sorry.
So you're doing your damage with the Urshifu. You're doing your tech with the Houndoom, and you're moving stuff around with the Umbreon.
Correct.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then it utilizes the special energies, so it's utilizing 2 normal fighting energies, but 4 single strike energies and 4 capture energies. So turn 1, you attach a capture energy, go search for the Umbreon V, play it down, and then next turn, take out whatever you want, and then use Houndoom to power it up, and then you just do a ton of damage.
Nice. Very cool. But I mean, you can't argue with 13-2. I mean, I think if you wanted to give this a try, this is probably the list to go with, because clearly it works.
Yeah, and it's super consistent. And I mean, not for nothing, the Urshifu V Max, its first attack is just beatdown, so it doesn't even need fighting energies. It just does 100 damage. So if turn 1, or like your turn 2, I guess, because you have to evolve the Umbreon, if you can turn 2 evolve into the Urshifu V Max and the Umbreon V Max to take out whatever you'd like, utilizing the single strike Houndoom and being able to get those 3 energies on, you're doing 120 damage to anything. So if they
in round 2,
so if they're planning to play a Drizzle from their hand next turn, you could just essentially use Dark Signal, bring it up, knock it out. Just keeps you're slowing them down because you're so fast and so efficient.
But I could see where with how many trainers this deck is running, and like with having running, obviously you're running 4 Professor's Research, but the 4 Marnie, the 2 Boss's Orders, plus the ability of Umbreon V Max, you're going to be griefing your opponent a lot, and you're going to be able to manipulate this to get the knockouts you need, and spread out that damage, which is really cool.
Exactly. And then also too, the Tool Jammer is really nice, because if they play the Air Balloon and you put that to your active, because where Umbreon has that first attack that stops them from retreating, if you put that Tool Jammer on the Urshifu and they have the Air Balloon, they can't go anywhere.
They're negating it. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can hit for the 100 damage.
This deck sounds fun. Like, it just seems like you would really upset your opponent. Like,
yes, for sure.
Foil their plans round after round.
Foiled again.
That's awesome. Good stuff. All right, well, let's dip into Art of the Week, and we got some good ones here, Adam. You actually picked these out, and Swablu is everyone's favorite little flying chicken nugget. So there's some good stuff here.
Some people call it a Q-tip, some people call it a chicky nugget, but Swablu is the cotton bird Pokemon.
Oh, the cotton bird.
Yeah, and it's appeared on 18 different cards.
Yeah, so the first one you brought here was from Legendary Treasures. The artist name is Akira Komayama. This artist has made over 180 cards since Darkness Ablaze. That is insane. That's insane. Wait, didn't Legendary Treasures, wasn't that before Darkness Ablaze?
Yes.
So what are they talking about, Darkness Ablaze? Bulbapedia has got me messed up here. It said 180 cards premiering with Darkness Ablaze. Maybe they're wrong. But 180 cards, either way, when you look at the list, it's very impressive.
And let me just say, this artwork is fabulous because you've
look at the little Charmeleon.
There's a Charmeleon at the bottom, and it's a Swablu from the air, but Swablu is clearly angry, and its wing has a singe mark on it, and so it's burnt.
Yeah.
And it's clearly Charmeleon did something wrong, and Charmeleon's looking at him like, "Hey, come back! I didn't mean to hurt you."
No, but there's definitely a good looking chunk. Like the Swablu has some nice chonkiness to it, so it's particularly chicken nuggy.
It's very
nuggish.
thick.
That boy thick. And then the next two that you picked are actually they're a pair, which is really nice. They're both from the Platinum expansion, and the artist name is Keijimaru Himeno. This was a manga artist. But she's done a bunch of work for different Pokemon publications, Pokemon Tales in particular, which was, super popular. But we have a normal and a shiny version of Swablu here. They both share the very same background, so they almost look like they could be paired together. But one is shiny, one is not. One's facing the right, one's facing the left. So really cool, very traditional looking cards. I don't know, they just have almost like a very birdish look to them, like their beaks, but they look very happy. They're very expressive. As basic of a Pokemon this is, like a little chunky body with just two black beady eyes and a beak. You could tell that it just looks happy. It just looks cute and happy.
Yeah, and the backgrounds on these, it's clearly fall, and the colors pop so well. Even the shiny that you wouldn't think pops, but it almost blends in with the fall colors.
Yeah, no, the background really complements the Swablu on these. I definitely dig it, and
it makes me want to take a snapshot in Pokemon Go of a Swablu in the fall, in the trees right now.
There you go. I just like the fact that one's facing the right, one's facing the left. So if you were to hold these two cards next to each other, they would look. There would be some nice synergy between them. So good picks here, Adam. Good picks.
Thank you. And, I tried.
Yep. And then your last one that you have here is from Great Encounters. And this one's I don't know. It's just like a down and dirty, little sketch. But again, Swablu looking super cute. And this one has a great background as well. Artist name is Kanaka Io. Another artist that's done a ton of cards, illustrated over 100 cards for Pokemon, which is amazing. But I don't know. This one just looks super cartoony. It looks like it could be from a comic book. So I definitely dig the art style on this. Definitely different from the other three that you picked before.
Yeah, it's got kind of like a pastel-y look to it.
I just like that it's flying low to the ground, almost like it's about to land or something.
And
there's
water.
Flowers. Yeah, there's flowers being kicked up from, I guess, the wind from it swooping down, which is pretty cool.
All right, Ken. Are you ready for the next Pokemon?
Yep, it's going to be Geodude. Let's see. What is it?
I'm generating in 3, 2, 1. Does a mega count, or can it be, because there are mega cards for certain things?
Yeah, but what is it going to be, one mega card?
Yeah, it's a Mega Aerodactyl.
You got to re-roll that. You want to just do Aerodactyl?
Okay.
Let's just do Aerodactyl.
Let's just do Aerodactyl.
Yeah. All right, next week's card of the week or art of the week will be Aerodactyl. I could dig that.
Okay.
Aerodactyl. I've committed it to digital paper. Nice.
All right.
Nice.
Aerodactyl it is.
All right. Well, Adam, you want to take a little break before we get into this back half, because you kind of in the intro, you kind of had this last sentence that was three separate topics all wrapped into one. We got Fusion Strike, we got IRL events, we got Brilliant Star, and we have to open our Darkness Ablaze. So what do you say we take a little break, come back, rip open this pack, and then we'll start talking about some new stuff coming out down the pipe.
That sounds fantastic.
All right, y'all, we'll be back right after this.
And we are back. Thank you all for that break. Ken, are you refreshed?
I'm hydrated.
And are you...
With actual water this time, not coffee.
I've been drinking a lot of water recently. I don't know what it is. It just hydrates you better, you know? Coffee,
yeah, you think?
Coffee is delicious, but...
I mean, don't get me wrong. I am drinking a lot of coffee. I'm still on like a 40-ounce a day coffee habit.
40 ounce a day.
Well, I get the extra large Dunkin' every morning on the way into work. So
they have an extra large. I just get the large.
What? Of course they have an extra. Well, you get iced coffee, right?
Oh yes.
Yeah, the iced coffee only goes up to large, but if you get a hot coffee, it's extra large. I do hot coffee in the morning, cold coffee at night. Oh, but Adam, we got a little housekeeping to go through. You want to run through the rigmarole?
The rigmarole, you got it. This podcast is powered by Patreon. You can check ours out over at patreon.com/PokemonProfessor, where you can support this show for as little as $1 a month. That $1 is going to get you access to our Patreon-exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with the most fantastic people.
I agree. I agree.
We
with
know
that statement.
because we've had them in our Airbnb. All patrons are eligible to participate in our monthly Pokemon Go and TCGO prize tournaments. Registration's in the Discord, and we hope to see you there.
Yo, we're lacking on our tournament right now.
It's 110% my fault.
No, it's my fault too. This weekend just threw everything off. Like I was supposed to do battles this weekend, and Safari Zone
I was supposed to do my battle in the Airbnb.
You have no excuse. Your opponent.
I thought we
was
were
in
doing
the
physical.
Airbnb.
I thought we were doing physical decks. That's why he said to wait. And so I spent Thursday night preparing, and I printed out all of the proxies because I didn't have any physical Rayquazas. So I printed them all out, only to find out that he's like, no, we were both just going to use our laptops, but in person. And I was like, what? I was like, that's not the way I roll. Anyways, huge thank you to our gym leaders, Absolutely Ryan, Dig Dug Rob, Grant, Jamal, JD Mojo Jojo, Magikarp Diem, Talon, TN Comics Wiz, and Big Zao Minus. And a special thanks to our executive producer, Tish Smith.
Whoop, whoop.
And if Patreon's not your thing, there are a few other ways you can help us out. If you're listening to us on YouTube, you can subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. And if you are listening via a podcast service like Apple Podcasts, you could take a moment to leave us a review. We would greatly appreciate it. We have to get on that review game again.
Yeah, we do.
We got to do a giveaway, Ken.
I'm down. Let's do it.
I've got a ton of Darkness Ablaze packs, so next week we'll discuss it and we'll get back to you. So keep an ear out.
Right,
we'll have some sort of review.
I mean, if you have a ton of Darkness Ablaze, why don't we open one right now?
Let's do it. All right.
Darkness
Ablaze is brought to you by TN Comics. Thank you so much, TN Comics, for all that you do. If you need anything, visit them, tncomics.com. Use promo code FULLHEAL225 at checkout for 5% off your next order. Fusion Strike pre-orders, they are up. Go for it. I'm going to open a pack first, okay, Ken?
All right, go for it. I'm ready, but you can go.
I'm kind of ripping. I'm kind of ripping through it.
Rip it.
All right. Code card is QN9 VXQT ZLM DJG. Good luck. Let us know what you get. Water Energy, Falafi, Carnivine, a big Parasol Trainer, Skarmory, Pansage, Electrike, Fletchling, Galarian Mr. Mime. My reverse holo is a Volcarona, and my rare is a Scavalier. Womp
All right.
womp.
All right. I'm gonna have to make this happen. So I have a Steel Energy. I got Toxapex, Clang, Simisage, Jigglypuff, Dunsparce, Clink, Marini, Torchic. My reverse is Jigglypuff, and an Eternatus V. I'll take it.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I like that card. I
Nice.
played that card.
Nice. Very, very cool card. Power Accelerator, Dynamax Cannon. Dynamax Cannon in Sword and Shield is one of the coolest moves, one of the coolest animations
Yes,
in Sword and Shield.
I do agree
love
with
it.
that.
I love it. But the code is KV4-2HBZ4BGKH9. Good luck. Let us know what you get. All right, Adam, Fusion Strike. Oh, thank you, TA Comics, but it's Fusion Strike time. Like, we're just getting into celebrations like that's how they get you. They release these little mini sets, and then before you know it, the main set is here, and there's no time to breathe.
That makes sense, though.
No, not for my wallet. It's the opposite of making sense. It takes away all my cents, dollars and cents. Oh, but why don't you tell us a little bit about Fusion Strike? Because it's coming like in 9 days.
Okay, so Fusion Strike is the next set coming out. If you're familiar with, the TCG and all, the release date is no. No, I've just seen a bunch of creators opening up some Fusion Strike ETBs. Some getting some hits, some not getting some hits. But it is scheduled to release November 12th, 2021. So that's this year. But
it's in 9 days, Adam.
It's in 9 days. Oh, whoa, that's that quick? Oh my
gosh. That's what I'm
Woo.
saying. I know.
Oh wow.
It's ridiculous.
Okay. So Pokemon.com has an article. They show off Mew V Max. There's Mew V. There's Gengar V Max, which V Max Gengar, it just looks epic. It's got that giant tongue that's sticking out. Its mouth is wide open. Chandelure V, Bolton V Max, which is going to be an awesome game changer for electric decks. It shows off Huntail and Gorbis, which both are Fusion Strikes. Which, honestly, the coolest thing I saw was Deoxys, because it's Fusion Strike, Single Strike, and Rapid Strike. It's all three of them.
Well, help me understand the gimmick here. So, how are these cards going to differ from what we've seen like in Evolving Skies and the latest stuff with Rapid and Single Strike? Like, what's the real deal?
It's another mechanic, just like Single Strike, and so it's just another battle style essentially.
So does that mean we're going to be getting another set of like Special Energy?
Yes. Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, there's going to be a Fusion Strike energy. I'm honestly, I'm just saying that, and it's like I hope there is.
But I'd imagine so, right? But ultimately, This is why I think this is good, is because it's going to break up the monotony that we've already begun to see with these Single Strike decks, right? So you're not going to necessarily be able to run the same old. Like it's a little bit different, but like you said, with the the stuff that are kind of have these hybrid abilities where it could be a Fusion Strike but also Single and Rapid. Like, this is crazy. Like,
yes, yeah. It's
are they
so
overcomplicating things?
Yes. But they always do something where they throw in like, oh, this is the counter to whatever this is. And the Huntail and the Gorbis, the reason that they highlight them is because they both have abilities that stop Single and Rapid Strike. So the Huntail has Single Strike Jammer. Your opponent's Single Strike Pokemon's attacks cost 1 colorless more. Okay, that stinks. And then Gorbis, Rapid Strike Canceller. Your opponent's Rapid Strike Pokemon in play have no abilities.
Ooh, nice.
And that works for like VMAXs too and Vs, so good luck.
Now, see, I like, we were just talking about power creep, right? And we're talking about all these powerful cards that you could pull these big plays off. It's cool that they're starting to release cards that have these big defensive plays available that will just shut down all of this, super high action stuff. Like, it's like, everybody hold your horses. Like, everybody chill out.
Hold your horses.
Yeah, hold your horses and chill out a little bit. I think that's cool. I think defensive cards, have a place, and it's good that we're finally getting some stuff that can, calm down some of these huge output cards. I like it.
And then Pokemon also just announced the VStar mechanic.
Dude, another mechanic. Another.
I know, like, and it's kind of ridiculous because it's like, okay, here's, Fusion Strike, like another mechanic. I understand it's quote unquote the same mechanic that they released for Battle Styles, but like, it's not. It's a different mechanic. Like, I don't know. It just adds more to the gimmickiness. But actually, I kind of like this. I just wish they were a little bit different. They're more different than I anticipated.
First of all, you need to go to the official Japanese Pokemon YouTube channel so you could watch the VStar promo video. It's probably the coolest TCG promo I've ever seen. It's so well done. Super
and I
cool.
think this is what we would have seen at Worlds if
for like
Worlds
the
was
announcement,
going on this
like
year.
To unveil the VStar. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
like
super high production.
To start the tournament, they'd be like, "Oh, wait till next year," and whoa.
Yeah. But another big set coming, Brilliant Stars, 170 plus cards. You get 4 of these V-Stars. Arceus is one of them. Charizard is the other.
Another.
Yeah. So, all right, let's talk about that for a second here. Is this just going to be another Charizard chasing deck? I mean, set? Like, is...
Yep. Yeah, until things calm down.
It's like, I get it, but...
Yeah, and I know that they want money, and they're essentially like printing like the guarantee that so many people are going to go after it because of Charizard.
Well, plus they're going to be playing on Pokemon Legends Arceus that's coming out, so it's like there's going to be hype there. That's probably why they're featuring it in the TCG. But the fact that there's another and I don't even think the art on the Charizard card is nice at all. I think it's one of the ugliest Charizard cards I've seen in a long time. I don't like it at all.
I agree.
But that being said, I know that this will still be a chase. I know the kids are all going to want it. I know that, the scalpers are all going to want it. It's just, when Charizard's involved, it muddies things up, and I kind of am bothered by that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. I just,
like it could have been
hope
anything else.
Available.
It could have been an Empoleon. You know what I mean?
It could have been Delibird, Adam. Delibird V-Star.
Could have been Delibird. I hope there's a Delibird V-Star. There just has to be. Come on. One day they'll print something with Delibird going over and above like what its normal common print is.
Well, but just like V-Union, just like Rapid Strike, just like Single Strike, there will be V-Star boxes that are going to be available. They've already announced Leafeon and Glacion. PokeBeach put it up not too long ago.
And I can't really read the Glacion. But it looks like the Glaceon's an attack, but the Leafeon, I believe its ability is Boss's Orders.
Like, so pretty much
just an ability, you just use it.
Like Umbreon's ability.
Yes, but the V-Star... Okay, so the ruling... Hold on, let's backtrack a little bit. The ruling for the V-Star powers is that you can only use one V-Star power per game.
Per game, right.
So it could be an attack, it could be an ability. So, and then that's just kind of what it shows off for the Arceus and the Charizard, because it shows Charizard's Star Blaze. It's for 3 fire and a colorless. It does 320 damage. I think it says discard 3 energy attached to this Pokemon. But then, like, is
there going to be like a V-Star token, like a GX move?
I can almost guarantee it.
Ugh.
So this is GX. This is a GX token gimmick mixed with the level X mechanic, because you have to evolve.
You have to evolve it. Yeah.
Into a Charizard V-Star. You have to evolve your Charizard V to the V-Star and Arceus V to the V-Star, which is cool because you're it's giving you different attacks to use, but at the same time, it's super gimmicky. It's very GXy.
But will there be cards that will it be like a branching thing though? Like, will there be a V card that can evolve into a V Max or a V Star?
Yeah, you could do Charizard V Star or V Max.
Oh,
because it's Charizard V.
Yeah, see, that's pretty cool. You know what I mean? Like, again, they need to spread out the decks. You know, they gotta give people a little bit more, agency to do different stuff
and
with the cards.
That does add a ton of play to certain cards. So if there's new cards that are fire powers increasing for fire, then like Charizard V Max and V Star could be a thing, And the thing is, like, I just wish for the V Star, I wish that it wasn't necessarily a card that you could have 4 of in your deck. I wish it was the V Star acted like a normal star from way back in the day, where you could have 1 star like Pokemon in your deck and that's it.
You talking like a Prism Star?
Nope. No. So those are 1 Prism Star, but you could have every single Prism Star in your deck. The Gold
just
Star
one
Pokemon,
of each.
You could
have
one Gold Star Pokemon in your deck.
Mm-hmm.
And these look like they are just you can play 4 in your deck.
I don't know. I think that if they're gonna run this thing where it's like, only 1 V-Star attack per game, these cards have to have strong standard moves as well to make it worthwhile. You know what I mean? Like, look at Explosive Fire, right? This is Charizard's non V-Star attack, the Charizard V-Star non V-Star attack, and 130 plus damage for 3 energy. I guess I guess that's enough. You know what I mean? Like, it's 130 plus, but still, like, they have to add some diversity of attacks here to make it worthwhile because I'd imagine people are going to run 4 copies, even though they can only, use the attack once. You do the same thing with GX,
Yeah, and then this actually is cool because they have the memory capsule item card. So you can utilize both the V Star and the normal attack. So you could just run the V Stars just for the extra hit points or just for the extra attack, and then be able to I don't know what Charizard V's retreat cost is. Maybe it's 3, maybe it's 1, but maybe it lowers its retreat cost or something like that. Who knows? But these look really nice. I'm hoping that they like the outside border. It doesn't look like it's over the top, shiny, but it feels like, and I mean this in the nicest way, they feel like the style of Digimon.
I knew it was coming, dude. I swear,
I
was waiting for it. I was waiting for it with the border. I knew it. I knew you were going to say that.
But you think about the V's right now, like they're just a plain black border, and this feels like almost fluid. It feels like the card is on a white background, and it's just like the image is just kind of there.
Yeah, but like what I do like about the borders here is that the card art image actually carries into the border, so it does look like it's breaking out a little bit. So that's pretty cool. But I don't know. I was looking at like my Zacian V Union, and it's like seeing those full bleed cards, like where the artwork just runs right to the edge. They look so weird. So when they're nice and framed in like this, it does give it a much more clean aesthetic.
Yeah, and don't worry, this set doesn't release until February 25th, 2022, so you got a little bit of time. Enjoy
We're going to need it because we don't even have Fusion Strike yet, and we're already talking about two sets down the road. It's like,
well, speaking about down the road, let's talk about regionals real quick. So okay. Pokemon announced regionals for the 2022 season. kind of goes over the same, up to $50,000 in prizes, scholarships, and gift cards based on attendance, up to 65,000 when Pokemon Go is also held. No qualifications for residency restrictions to enter the TCG or video game events. So qualifications and residency restrictions apply to Pokemon Go, including the early registration, which is linked to performance in Go Battle League and acceptance of terms, blah, blah, yada, yada, yada. Let's just look at the schedule real quick. I know you're not seeing this because I have it up on my phone, so I apologize. But the U.S. and Canada Regional Championship schedule, March 18th through the 20th is the first one, and that's Salt Lake City, Utah, and that's just TCG and video game. April 1st through the 3rd is Orlando, Florida, and that's the card game, video game, and Pokemon Go. So that'll be the first Pokemon Go regional event.
Right.
And then May 6th to the 8th is Indianapolis, Indiana for the TCG and video game. Syracuse, New Jersey, May 20th through the 22nd, the TCG and the video game.
Syracuse, New Jersey?
Secaucus? I don't know how to say
Now we're
it.
talking.
Hey, how close is that to you?
It's like 45 minutes.
Okay, we're going.
Of course we're going.
I don't care what it takes. We're going.
It doesn't take much. You get in the
And
car
you were
and you're there
playing
in
in
an
the
hour.
TCG event, okay? You were playing. This is the thing. You were playing, and we were playing together.
Okay, fine. I'm going to dress up like Ball Guy. I'm going to use my Ball Guy deck in my Ball Guy deck box with my Ball Guy sleeves.
That's pretty ballsy of you.
Oh, hey.
All right, and then Vancouver, there's one, and then Milwaukee. Well, the Vancouver one's May 27th through the 29th, and then June 17th through the 19th is Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and and both those events are TCG video game and Pokemon Go.
And Pokken DX is thrown in there some way, somehow, somewhere as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see it, but
let's talk about IRL events here. So we just had Philadelphia Safari Zone for Pokemon Go, an outdoor event, plenty of room to stay socially distant. Obviously, it's open air. Now we're talking about in March, so 4 or 5 months away, things starting to happen inside, face to face with other people. What do you think of this, man? Are we there yet? I mean, we're here, we're there. It's happening.
So I'm excited for this. I understand that there will be definitely some guidelines to heavily follow. And
does the no handshake rule still apply?
I don't see why doing the elbow bump is not efficient. You know what I mean?
No, that works.
And I get it. But then if you want to split your opponent's deck, is that,
That's what I mean. Like that kind of stuff. Like, how is that gonna, maybe the judge does it and he's wearing like a hazmat suit or something.
No way. There's too many games for one judge to do that. Even if they hired like one judge per table, like that's still too many decks to be cutting. Oh, judge, he used the judge card where we both shuffle our hands into our decks and draw 4. Can you cut both of our decks for us? And then the next person says it, and then the next person says it. Like they wouldn't be able to do their job because they'd be splitting decks all day. I didn't sign up for this.
We're talking about all the North American dates here, and I'm not so sure on Canada, but the U.S. has definitely had exceptionally lax restrictions on things going on, and not necessarily for the better. You know what I mean? So it'll be an interesting thing to watch, and hopefully the world continues to improve, and we continue to move in the right direction with numbers reducing.
And just definitely before you go, obviously read up on the rules and stuff, because bring your own hand sanitizer. Just be smart about it. You know what I mean? If you don't feel good, please don't go.
Yeah,
I
and
understand
especially if you're traveling.
It's an event that's close by or something. Just please don't go. Don't ruin it for everybody.
Yeah, and make sure you look beyond your local guidelines. Like, look at the local guidelines of wherever you're going to be traveling to. Like, we were just in Philly, and there was a lot of people that didn't realize that, Philadelphia's mandates are a lot different than other states. So it's like they have a mask mandate, so people weren't prepared for that going into restaurants and stuff. So just be aware, be overcautious. It would be better to be hyper protective than under protective. So just make sure you do it
feel
smart.
like I would still want to wear a mask. Just
hell
because.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I just don't want to risk
Absolutely.
it. You're
of
indoors
course.
for long periods of time with the same people. Like, you know what I mean? And there's going to be a lot of people
for
from
sure.
a lot of different areas. Like, it's not.
That's what I mean. People are going to be traveling in. Like, it's
Yeah, especially because these are the first in-person events in years. You know what I mean? So,
it's gonna be big, dude. Because of
I
that.
I can only imagine the Salt Lake City one. That's going to be insanely big.
But plus the fact that Pokemon Go is involved, like it's gonna be very, very different from I didn't go to any IRL tournaments in 2019. I know you did, and you went to Worlds and all that stuff. But I know that this is gonna be big. Just for the sheer fact that people haven't had this type of escape in years. So you better believe they're gonna, make sure we get out. And the best part about all this is because we're hooked up with Niantic for Pokemon Go, we get press access to the events. So that's going to be awesome.
So this is like, do we go to every single one?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can afford that.
No, I definitely can't afford it, but I can definitely afford to drive an hour to Secaucus. So
yes.
That's not too bad.
It's Secaucus. Okay. All right. So it's not Syracuse. It's Secaucus.
Syracuse is in upstate New York, dude.
That's what I was thinking, and the word came out. I just read it, and it came out. I'm sorry.
It's all good in the hood. No, it's going to be like in the Meadowlands. It's like by Giant Stadium, like where the Giants and Jets play, like in that whole area.
Oh, that's sweet. Okay, cool.
So it's like probably 15-20 minutes outside of New York City on the Jersey side. So it's very accessible for a lot of people, and I'm super excited. Whenever they do anything local, it's just awesome. So very, very excited. But there's no Pigo element there.
No,
at that
which
event,
is unfortunate because it's the one closest to us.
I know, but I'm gonna try to get out to Orlando in April. Hook up with JT Valor down there, and do the Pigo thing, down in Orlando. So we'll see.
Oh, see, that would be cool.
Yep. But dude, there's a lot going on, man. I think this is an exciting time. We got to stay on top of it. There's so much to keep a track of. There's so many new sets. There's so many new mechanics. And the return of IRL events. This is exciting. So
it is such an exciting time in the game right now. Yeah, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Before we go though, I want to give thanks to our show supporter tier patrons, Ace Trainers, Adrock, Alex, Andrew, Brian, Chad, Carol, Chris, Cody, David, Eric, Garrett, GStacks87, Griggle788, Harry, Haircross Boss, James, Jason, J. Mackle, Justin, Kanto, Cody, Ken, Lady Goobly Meat, Lynchbot, Malcolm, MD Pitts, M Pitts, Pokenabbot, Purple Pancakes, Ricky, Sam, Smeatwad, Winston, Woodwose, Wolf, and Zachary.
Thank y'all. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate all of you.
And Ken, is that all?
I do believe that's all, but I do want to plug the website. Make sure you check out specialconditionstcg.com. You can email us, info@specialconditionstcg.com. You can leave us a text or a voicemail or a photo or anything like that. Send us your deck list, 732-835-8639. Adam, I do believe that is it.
All right, trainers. Remember, if you're affected by a special condition, don't forget to use a full heal.